Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel God Will Do It For You. My name is Steven and I hope everyone's having a great day so far. And what we're going to be talking about today is reaching beyond our limits. And the reason why we're going to be talking about this today is because, as we all know, the year is getting ready to end and everybody's trying to finish the year strong, but there's still time to do things. And I know a lot of people are probably feeling tired, or they feel like, you know what, I am really doing all that I can to pursue the will of God in my life, but I'm still not seeing the fruition of these results. And sometimes we could be right on the brim of seeing something truly great if we push just a little bit more, put a little bit more faith into our walk. Even if we've already done the same thing before, we're going to give it one more go. We're going to push. We're going to keep having faith in God, keep believing. And I'm going to point out a story in the Bible that talks about this and also just go over some of the details of this story. We're going to go to Luke chapter 6, and we're going to start at verse 6, and we're going to read through verse 10. I'm going to read it now. So it starts off with a man with a withered hand. So it says, on another Sabbath, he entered the synagogue and was teaching, and a man was there whose right hand was withered. And they're saying he, as in Jesus. And the scribes and the Pharisees watched him to see whether he would heal on the Sabbath, so that they might find a reason to accuse him. But he knew their thoughts, and he said to the man with the withered hand, come and stand here. Again, he is Jesus. And he rose and stood there, and Jesus said to them, I ask you, is it lawful on the Sabbath to do good or to do harm, to save a life or to destroy it? And after looking around at them, all of them said to him, stretch out. I'm going to reread that because it actually sounded a little funny when I read it. It says, after looking around at them, he said to them, stretch out your hand. And he's speaking about the withered man. And he did so, and his hand was restored. Now, why is this significant? So Jesus was wanting to perform a miracle. Everybody knows on the Sabbath, they considered that a non-work day, it was the day of what it was supposed to be. So Jesus was around the Pharisees, and he was looking at them like, hey, I see this man with a withered hand. Is it wrong for me to do this? They didn't say anything, so Jesus said, hey, come here. Stretch out your hand. Now, that's the first, that is the first strange thing, is because Jesus did not say what hand to stretch out. He said, stretch out your hand. He could have stretched out the hand that was in full function. But instead, with a lame hand, that means the hand is stationary. You can't do anything with it. And so what he did was he acted in faith, and he stretched out the hand that he knew had the issue to God, to Jesus, and then the miracle was performed. So again, faith without works is dead. One, the withered hand gentleman knew where to be. He was in the house of the Lord. And then he met Jesus in the house of the Lord. So now he's doing his part. He's moving in the will of God. He's where he should be. Now he's met Jesus. Now I'm pretty sure the gentleman has probably tried to stretch his hand out multiple times, but nothing has happened. But now Jesus comes, and Jesus stands there, and he calls him to the front. He has him standing there. All right. He talks to the gentleman. So that means he has to wait on Jesus now. So he's standing there, he's waiting on Jesus, but I'm pretty sure he's been patient for a while, because I'm pretty sure he's been praying about his situation. And then Jesus turns to him and says, stretch out your hand. He stretched out the hand that had the issue. The miracle is performed. And that's how we have to look at our lives. Sometimes we could be in position for a miracle that God has wanted to bring past in our lives, whether it's the will, whether it's something he wants to put on display so God can get more glory. Whatever the case may be, we have to move forward in faith, because he could have chose his hand that was in full function, but he chose to try to move the hand that had the issue, that was withered, and thus now the hand is fine. Now, of course, at the end of that, it says that the gentlemen got mad at him. They wanted to do something to Jesus, but that's besides the fact. Of course, when God gives you favor, people are going to be jealous. But the main thing of this passage in the Bible is we have to move forward in faith. We have to act in faith. Faith without works is dead. He acted in faith and received the miracle, the experience of God. And that's what we have to do as well. And that is what I have done. I have made a very large investment into the food business. It was a divine connection. In my opinion, it was a divine connection because I would have known about this particular business group if I didn't run into this person, if I was not doing what I'm currently doing to make money. And so it put perspective. I was like, you know what? It's almost like when they say, when trying it your way, you get specific results, but I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to stretch and try it a different way that's outside of the norm of what people say that you should do something when you're trying to create a business or whatever the case may be. And I'm going to join this group of business owners and get perspective from people that are actually doing this and utilize a referral system that should totally revamp what I'm doing. Now so the work for me is I invested into it. And because I have faith in what God is trying to do. I don't throw this as a coincidence that I ran into this lady that was connected to this group. Now I'm connected to the group. We're going to see what God is going to do. Because I've already talked to God and I said, God, you know, I am ready to get it on. You know, having that catering event was just a little taste. It had me excited to be able to wake up and do something that I love to do. It was just a little taste. Imagine doing it every day. You just wake up and you're like, handling business, walking in purpose. That's what we can experience full-fledged. But we have to see everything through. We have to make sure that we are moving with a sense of urgency and moving with a sense of purpose, not being lackadaisical, not being lazy, not procrastinating, not anything. We have to make sure that we are stretching ourselves to the max because God knows our limits. So He knows how to halt you and create circumstances that will create roadblocks or speed bumps or whatever the case may be if we're going to mentally deplete ourselves. But again, the Bible is very specific that God knows how to put the pressure on us and to push us to the limit that He knows that we can handle. Now's the time to really do it because we're coming on the cusp of all this strange stuff happening out here. But more importantly, things are getting ready to shift job-wise and environment-wise and the actual need of everything because of AI and things of that nature. You have to start working on your skills and talents more than ever now. You have to have a reason for people to keep you, or you have to have something to bring to the table if you're trying to start that business and you want it to be able to last and stand the test of times, because in the next 5 years, this AI stuff is going to be full-fledged in effect. And guess what? You will be prepared. You won't be replaceable. And that's how you want to be. You do not want to be replaceable. And it all starts by having God in your life, remembering these stories in the Bible. Faith without works is dead. Stretch. Have faith. Even if you've already tried something, try it again, because guess what? God's timing is not our timing. But when He shows up, He shows out. Think the gentleman came there one way, he left another way. It happened just like that. And that's what God does. I've seen it too many times with my own eyes and experienced situations where God, one day I wake up and I'm like, well, I don't know how this situation is going to get taken care of. I go to bed, that situation is so taken care of, I don't even think about it. And so all I'm saying is that that's how God moves. Make sure you are ready. And that is it for this message. So if you feel led to like, share, and subscribe, definitely do so. Like I said, we're going to keep pushing. I'm going to make a video on New Year's Day as well. So, hey, we're going to keep going with it. This will be over a year with this channel now. So, hey, I'm happy. We're in it for the long haul. I appreciate anybody that's been along with the journey so far. I recognize some people in the comments. Hey, we in it to win it. So, until next time, y'all. Happy New Year's.